Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, the Amazon Prime show The Grand Tour debuted a couple of days ago in their second go-round in this series. The first episode of Season 2 debuted just a couple of days ago. And I have to say I was quite critical of Season 1, as it was not near as good as I thought these guys were actually capable of. A lot of weirdo jokes, a lot of jokes that went on a little too long, a lot of parts of the episodes that were kind of wonky, even just to put it lightly, or definitely to put it nicely. And definitely the show was real herky-jerky, and it just wasn't what I was hoping to actually get to see. In fact, to the point when I did the season finale review of this particular show, in my eyes, past the Chris Evans era of Top Gear, the second go-round of the 2.0 era of Top Gear, I thought that Top Gear was actually a better show. It was better put together, it was better produced, better shot. I mean, the thing was a lot better than the Grand Tour was. The trick of that deal is Top Gear may be in real trouble now, because Season 2 of the Grand Tour fires off with Episode 1, and I have to say, looks like they fixed everything that was the problems. Now, the show story arcs around a big series that they did with three supercars, one being the Lamborghini Aventador, the Honda NSX, and the Renamic Concept 1. Yes, this is an episode where Richard Hammond actually wads up one of the only 8 Concept 1s that was actually put on this particular planet. You've definitely seen it around the old interwebs, as Mr. Hammond was hurt pretty fantastically, because it was a horrific crash, actually, to say the least. And this is an interesting situation, because this episode was not supposed to air until later in the season, but they actually pushed it forward to the first episode just for continuity reasons, because Mr. Hammond was in a cast and was on crutches for a lot of the studio filmings of the show, and meant that this particular episode was one of the last ones he had already almost completely healed up, or at least to the point where he didn't need those particular attributes to actually stand or to remain standing. So this is a situation why this episode got moved up, but I have to say, this episode really did work in every way, shape, or form. Gone is a lot of segments. Conversation Street comes back. That was always a pretty decent segment anyway. And Gone is Celebrity Brain Crash. That thankfully is gone forever, where they're actually doing a little deal, which does harken back to the Chris Evans era of Top Gear, where there actually is somewhat of a rallycross course, even though they're using a Jaguar F-Type instead of a Mini, and where they put 2 celebrities head-to-head and do a nice little interview segment around it as well. I have to say, the show is smooth. It was slick. It was everything that you had hoped it would be. It felt like that fantastic sweater or jacket that you just put on and it makes everything feel right. You're warm and toasty. This show was amazing. I have to say, I almost thought about just coming on and saying, it's great, go watch it. Because that's pretty much all I have to say. The thing was fantastic beginning to end. It felt like what I was hoping to see last year, where you got to see a little bit of a glimpse of it in a couple of episodes, but it just wasn't like this. If the rest of the season of the Grand Tour is anything like Episode 1, Top Gear is really in trouble, because they're not going to be able to live up to what these 3 guys are actually throwing down. Episode 1 of Season 2 was fantastic. I can only hope that the next 10 episodes are half as good as the first one was, because I had a ball. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.